Sit up nice and straight, your sits bone grounded into the mat. Inhale, allow the breath to come all the way through the abdomen, up through the chest. And on the exhale, allow the navel to touch the spine. Every inhalation is deep and fluid, and every exhalation is releasing. And just breathe. The eyes are closed. You can also keep them open. Either way, try to let go of your thoughts. As you ground yourself here into the ground, think about the present moment. Just try to be active in the present moment. No forcing, no tension. And breathe. To rotate the upper body. Your sits bone stays grounded. You're just loosening the hips. Inhale and exhale. And then reverse. Allow the movement to be fluid. Doesn't have to be a perfect rotation. Maybe you just shake it out left to right. Take the arms and allow them to rise. Exhale, hands come down to the side. Inhale, arms rise. On the exhale, lean the body forward, walking the fingertips in front of you. Head droops down, chin tucks down to the chest. The sits bone remains grounded on the floor. Start to walk the hands back. Roll the shoulders forward and back. Try to incorporate the breath. Just add a few neck rolls. Bring your left ear to your left shoulder. Inhale, big, big belly breath in. On the exhale, release the neck back down to the center. Inhale, bring the right ear to the right shoulder. Drop the chin back down to the chest. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Right ear, right shoulder. Left ear. Take the chin, trail it over the shoulder, stick your jawline out so that it's running over your shoulder and you're looking over towards the left side of your body. And breathe in a nice deep inhalation. On the exhalation, see if you can sit up a little bit straighter, relaxing the shoulders just a little bit more. No forcing. Tuck your left ear back to your left shoulder. Take your left fingertips, allow them to lift, and lay them on the right side of your head. Inhale, big belly breath in. Feel the belly expand. You're going to feel some tension maybe into your neck body. So what you want to do is you want to just keep your hand placed on top of your thigh. If you want to feel more of that extension, drop your hand onto the ground. Sit up nice and straight, vertebrae stacked on top of vertebrae. And just breathe. There's no right or wrong way when it comes to your hand placement. But you do want to breathe in through the nostrils. It's your choice if you breathe out through the mouth or the nose. Allow the left hand to lift and lay the left hand back down on the left thigh. Take the chin, tuck it back into the center chest. Inhale, allow the arms to rise up, fingertips interlace, and just gently lay the hands on top of the head. Vertebrae is still stacked on top of vertebrae. Nice straight body. You can see my back is still nice and straight. I'm not hunched over like this. I'm putting in the effort to try to keep my back body up. The sits bone grounds me from the ground up. I build my back all the way up into my neck. That's when my neck tilts and the chin tucks down into my chest. If you have a problem with crossing your legs, if some people are really muscular in their legs, sometimes there's a really big issue with their legs crossing. You can extend your legs out just as so. You can also sit in half lotus, full lotus. Your choice. Take the hands, extend them up into the air and bring them down by the sides. Take your left ear and roll it back down to the center. Come back up. Center chest, left ear, and then we're going to swoop that head over towards the right. So now we have right ear towards the right shoulder. Inhale, big, big belly breath in. Straighten out the body, ground, or root the sits bone into the floor. You should be starting to awaken inside the body. Take your chin and just trail it over so that it's shooting or running across the right shoulder. You can even push that chin out a little bit more by making a sad face. Really super sad face. Take the right ear, tuck it back down to the right shoulder. Right hand rises and just lay it right on the left temple. Inhale, breathe in. On the exhale, release. See if that shoulder can fall away from the ears just a little bit more. For more of that feeling in your neck and body, you drop your hand down to the side. If it's too much, keep your hands on your thigh. Allow the right hand to rise and then bring it back down towards the right leg. Take your chin, tuck it to your center chest. Come back up. Center chest. Inhale up. Exhale, release. And now try to go in for your neck roll. Here, you could go in for a full 360-degree neck roll, but you got to be very loose, no tension into the neck body. Or the shoulders, you want to have them as loose as possible. If you cannot find that to be the case, do not do it. Instead, just do your 180-degree neck roll. And then start to incorporate all of these different movements into a big, big, big rotation. Inhale, and then exhale. Remember, if you have stiff legs, extend the legs. Don't hurt yourself. Why hurt yourself? It makes no sense whatsoever. When there's modifications available. Yoga always has modifications. So there's always something we can do to modify it. There's no ideal pose. It's ideally what's going on inside of the body, being able to start to connect that breath and that body movement. You can take it a step further and, think about the meditation, or even if you want, spiritually include that part into your practice. But all of these are valid choices, and it's not necessary to practice yoga. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take we'll take our arms, extend them out. Take our hands, bring them up overhead. Take your right arm and bring it down your back body. And this is trailing down, so our fingertips are walking. They're active, right? They're not just sitting there and not doing anything. In fact, you can even pull your shirt if you like. Your left fingertips come on top of the elbow, the right elbow. So left fingertips, they pull on top of the right elbow, and then lean your body towards the left. Come back up to center. Arms extend up. Left hand trails down the back body. Right fingertips come on top of the left elbow. And lean your body to the left. To the right. I apologize. Come back up to center. Arms extend up in front of you. Take your hands, bring them out in front of you. Take your right arm and place it on top of your left shoulder. Take your left and just lock underneath so that your left arm comes underneath your shoulder. And then pull your body over towards the left side. Looking over to the left. The gaze is easy, no straining, no forcing. You're just starting to open up that shoulder. Arms come back to center. Take your hands with that arm still underneath. Hug the body and drop the chin into the chest. If you can, and if it's in your practice, take your hands and come into a bind. Chin stays chucked into the chest. Inhale, lean the shoulders up. Chin remains tucked into the chest. And then on the exhale, bring the body down. Here, if you like, you can extend the legs out, or you can keep them crossed. Using the belly muscles, pivot back up all the way through so that your chest goes up towards the sky, and then come back to center. Arms hug one more time, and then hands come down by the side and shake it out. You're going to feel a really big difference from one side to the other. Curl my legs again. Arms extend out in front of you. Take the left hand and place it on the right shoulder. Right arm comes underneath, locks. So the forearm and the bicep lock around the upper arm area of the left arm. Yeah, that's right. The left bicep, the right forearm locks around it. Bring your body over towards the right side. Take your gaze and look over towards the right side. Sit up nice and straight, grounding from the sits bone, coming all the way up into the crown of the head. Come back to center. Hug the body. Drop the chin down into the chest. And just breathe. Take the arms, bind, bring the chin into the chest, lift the heart up towards the ceiling, keeping the gaze down onto the chest. Inhale, and then on the exhale, come forward. I like to open up my legs here so that I can get more of a intense pull in my back body. But it's your preference. If you like, you can even take the feet and flex them a little bit more, and you'll feel more of that pull in your hamstrings. You'll feel like a very nice stretch. Squeezing the core, allow the body to start to come back up towards center. Taking the gaze all the way up with the chest. Hug yourself one more time. And drop the hands down by the side. Take the arms, bring them behind you, and press into the mat so that you have a very nice lift from the rib cage all the way up into the chest, into the shoulders, and then the shoulders press down into the elbows, down into the wrists, fingertips press down into the mat. Nice extended chest, so much so that the collarbones pull away from one another. Inhale, now allow the arms to rise up, and exhale, soften the knees and reach for the lower part of the legs. If you can get the toes, go for the toes. Chin tucks down into the chest. Take the right leg and push it down. Take the left, right, and just walk out those knees. And then if you want, you can just bring the hands down by the side, or you can tuck your hands inside of your legs of your forward fold, laying the legs on top, dropping the head down, chest is tucked in. And just breathe. Slowly begin to lift up. Taking the arms up overhead. Take the right knee in towards the chest. Positioning the body to be nice and strong. Inhale. On the exhale, lift the chin up just a little bit more so that you have about a fist length in between the chin and the upper, we'll say the collarbone. chest, body, collarbone. Arms rise. Take your right elbow and press it right into the inside of your right leg. Your left hand comes and presses behind you. Look over towards your left side. Inhale, big belly breath in, causes the chest to rise. You exhale, you relax the shoulder blades back just a little bit. Inhale, flex the left foot, and on the exhale, allow it to release. Keep the knee up right where it is, arms rise. You're going to take the left elbow and you're going to cross it over to the outside of the right knee, right? So we're coming to the outside. We're going to bring our right hand behind us to help us stabilize. And we're going to just loosen that core muscle, loosen the belly. And this doesn't have to be perfect, right? So if you're all the way out here, that's fine. If you're like this, that's fine. And if you're finding it difficult to do this at all, just lay your hand across your body. You just want it to cross over, okay? But there's a modification that you can do. Look out towards the right side. Sit in nice and straight, inhaling and exhaling. And just breathe. Back to center, arms rise up, and come in to reach for that lower part of the legs or the toes. You can soften the knees, remember, you can keep them nice and straight, your choice. Take the left knee, bring it right into the chest. Inhale as you breathe in. Exhale, release the shoulders. Inhale, you prepare the body. Right hand comes behind you. Left hand rises, comes to the inside of that left knee. So left elbow, left knee, gaze is over towards the right side. Again, flex the foot on the inhale of the right leg. On the exhale, you can allow it to release. Try to just challenge yourself to stack vertebrae on top of vertebrae. This might be the biggest challenge of this pose for you. Maybe it's twisting. It could be a number of factors, but just challenge yourself to try to face that and breathe through it. Take the arm, allow it to rise. So the left hand comes behind you, the right hand comes up into the air, we cross it over. Looking out towards the left side, the belly is still accepting air. Even though we have a thigh that's kind of pressing on it, we can breathe into that resistance. You can embrace it. Try to let go of any thoughts that might be making you sick. Things that are on your mind that don't necessarily need to be there. Try to resolve those thoughts or simply let them go. What's going to happen if you let those thoughts go? It's the worst. You get peace of mind. Drop your hands back down towards the lower part of the body. Again, breathing in and out. Take the knees, scoop them under. Bring the hands to shoulders length, pressing right down into the mat so that your shoulder is stacked on top of your elbow. Your elbow is stacked on top of your wrist. You're pressing into the knuckle of the palm, the fingertips, are spread apart, but the thumb is pretty close to the index finger. So basically, we're webbing the hand, but we're keeping the thumb close. Inhale, you're going to just stabilize, and on the exhale, point the head out just a little bit more. Inhaling and exhaling as you breathe. Dome shape the back body, tuck the chin into the chest, and then arch the back. So this is our basic for a cat-cow. Inhale, drop the chin to the chest. Exhale, arch the back. And each one that you do is going to get a little bit deeper. And I want you to challenge yourself to use your core muscles as you breathe in and out, and allow your core to do this work. Really squeezing the abdomen. I want you to round that back body. And then allowing it to release, almost like you're extending your chest body up and your head drops back, so much so that you feel this beautiful stretch right in your belly muscles. And here what we're going to do is come back to that nice straight back body. You're going to take your right hand and you're going to walk it underneath your left. So your arm is still here, is positioned, right? From here, what we can do is we can stay right here in this position and not move. And just breathe. Or we can extend the leg. And I'll come up on the mat just a little bit so you can see it. We can extend the leg, pressing the heel back like we're making a footprint on the wall. And if you like to take it a step further, you can bump the leg up about 5 times. 4, 5. Here you're squeezing from the glutes muscle. You're squeezing the core. We can do that 5 more times if you like. 1. Remember to breathe in and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, these are all options. Some people even take the arms and they press them together. Like they extend the leg out. You can try this. Try to maintain your balance. Otherwise, keep the knee in. Place both hands back down on the mat, extending the body up and back. Think they're cat-cows once again. Now I'm going to take my my left hand and I'm going to walk it underneath my right arm. You're going to see how I lay my shoulder down on the ground from this angle. You can definitely do that. So now you get an idea how my shoulder is laid on the ground. And I'm breathing in and out, nice deep breaths. Here you can extend that leg out. And if you like, you can go in for your bump. Just scooch up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I rest. I'm going to do 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you have that choice whether or not you want to keep that leg extended or brought in. Take both hands. cat-cow. From here, you're going to take your right foot, you're going to extend it up into the air. You're just going to bump. Do that about 5 times. And then take your leg and come into this butterfly pose. Inhale, kick the knee up. Exhale, lower down, squeezing from the lower part of the abdomen. 3, 4, 5. Breathe, and you take a few more cat-cows. Come back into that nice straight tabletop position. Take the left foot, bump it up, like you're padding in a puddle of water. Just take that leg, hop, hop. So you do between 5 and 10, the left side. And then come into your butterfly pose and do at least 5 of these, extending that knee up and then closing down. We don't actually touch the opposite leg. What we do is we just use the energy that we feel in between our bodies, right? That's that beautiful, beautiful heat that's starting to come off our body the more we work it out. And come into a few more cat-cows once you finish. And then sit your hips down. Bring your hips to your heels. And bring your forehead down to the mat. Your knees can be spread apart or closed. Your arms can be in front of you, or they can be behind you. It's all valid choices. Send the arms out in front of you, so much so that your fingertips walk to the front of the mat and your wrists begin to lift. Take your toes, tuck them under, downward facing dog. Drop the weight into the heels. Walk the hands a little bit closer towards the feet. Allow the hips to rise up towards the ceiling. And shake the head, yes and no. Your left foot is going to rise. You're going to peel it back. Exhale, lower it back down to the ground. Right foot is going to lift. You're going to peel it back. Dropping the foot behind you. And lower it down to the ground. Maybe bump up on the toes. Get yourself placed so that you're comfortable. And then lean the upper body forward. Upper push-up plank position. Just hold it here for a second. Make sure that you're stacking the shoulders, elbows, and wrists in one line, leaning the upper body forward, shooting the heels back. Modification of this pose is coming down to your knees, still leaning the upper body forward. If you're slouching in any way, try to stabilize that back and modify accordingly. Press in just a little bit more, and then exhale, begin to lower down. And you can come into an up dog. And then tuck the toes right back under, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg rises, kicking it back. And then on the exhale, bring the left leg in between the hands. Keeping the back foot bumped up, squeezing from the core, come into a runner's lunge. So the heel is bumped up, the right heel is bumped up, but you're using those balls underneath the foot, or the big toe and the pinky to help you, to help you rise. You're squeezing the legs. You're not just in this pose and you're like this. You're squeezing those legs like you have a ball in between those legs, and it's making the upper body bump back while your fingertips shoot behind you. Slowly inhale and exhale, sit a little bit lower. Then come up, arms rise up overhead. Roll the shoulder blades back and away. Squeezing the core. What I want you to do now is I want you to take your right foot and just tilt it down to the ground so that the heel is in the ground. From here, you're going to extend the arms out and come into a warrior two. Looking over your left hand. Sit maybe a little bit lower. If you don't want to sit any lower, you don't have to, but it's up to you. Squeezing the core. Lean the upper body forward, sky flip the palm, reverse warrior. You can take the hand and you can bind it if you like, or you can just grab to close, or drop your hand above or below the knee. Hands extend back out. Here, we're going to take the hands, extend them up, and then jump off and lift off. So I'm going to show you. Warrior three. From warrior three, we're going to take our left hand and bring it down to the ground and come into half moon, looking up towards the fingertips. Both hands come down to the mat. Take the right foot and then bump it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right foot lowers down next to the left. Feet are hips width apart. So take your two fists, press them together while you're down here, and see if they can make an H in between your feet. With the arches of the feet hugged around the fist. Drop the head, let it hang heavy in your forward fold. Maybe even taking your hands and bring them behind you so that you can pull in the chest just a little bit more to the leg. Head hangs heavy. Wherever you place your hands is fine. Take your hands, press them down into the ground, extend the feet out, left and right, and press down and go through the flow. Landing back in downward facing dog. The right foot extends up overhead. Exhale, swing the right foot through the hands. Peel down, don't peel down. Keep the foot bumped up. Squeezing from the core, come up. Hands are extended behind you in a runner's lunge. Bump up on the balls of the foot. Again, squeezing the thighs like there's a block in between them. Take the hands, allow them to stand up. Crescent lunge. Extend open, come into warrior two, pivoting your foot so that it's down on the ground and it's secure. Inhale, sit up nice and straight through your core. The exhale, lean the upper body forward, sky flipping the palm. Hand comes, extends up. Take the hand behind you, your left hand, and drop it above or below your knee, or you can go in for a bind, sitting a little bit lower into the pose. Looking up and gazing up. Send the hands back out. And we're going to bump off into warrior 3. Just so you can see me. Squeezing at the core, extending the legs out. And then take our right hand, bring it down to the ground for half moon. Looking up and gazing up. Putting our full effort forward, using the balls of our feet to help us balance. And just breathe. Both hands come down to the ground. Bump up on that left leg 5 times. Bring the foot back down. The head hangs heavy. The feet are melted into the ground. The hands are either behind the legs or they're hanging heavy as well. Drop both hands down to the ground. Left foot, right foot. Lower down into a lower push-up. Come up, up dog. Tuck the toes underneath. And we go back into our downward facing dog. Left leg rises, pulls back. Exhale. Bring the knee down. Cross it over so that you can come into a half pigeon. The knee comes right behind, the left knee comes right behind the left wrist. The body crosses. You can bring it up a little bit or you can bring it back by the lower right hip. And then you extend the body out. If this is too much, you can always lay on your forearms. You can also get a pillow if need be. If it's just too much, you can lay a pillow here, or you can put a pillow underneath your leg. Ideally, you can make this pose work for you for half pigeon. Up, taking the head back. From here, you're going to take your right foot. You can take out your pillow if you have one underneath. You're just going to cross it over. This is perfectly fine. I see a lot of people do this when we do Heroes meditation. You can bring your feet all the way across. Inhale. Arms rise up, lifting up overhead. Exhale. You're going to lean to your left. Come back up to center. Lean to your right. Come back. And of course we come right down the middle. As you start to melt down to the pose, you'll feel like your arms will come down. If right now your chin on your knee is a little bit too much, you can bring your forehead down and just relax your forehead on your knee. Back up. Take the legs, extend them out. Come back into a downward facing dog. Inhale, lean the upper body forward. Exhale, push down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. Exhale, bring the right knee behind the right wrist. Here, our right foot extends out. Now, your foot can come right by your hip, or you can extend it completely out in front of you. So it depends on your flexibility. And if you like, you can use your pillow again. You can just scoot it right underneath your sits bone, or you can just bring it in front of you. It's really your choice. Come into your pose. Walk the hands back, slowly lifting up the abs, the chest, and then the head. Roll right over onto your thigh. Come into your hero's meditation. Arms extend up. Exhale, lean to your right. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, lean to your left. Come back to center. Arms extend up. And just breathe. We're going to go through one more flow. So from here, we're going to take our toes and push up to a downward facing dog. Come forward, lower down, up dog, downward facing dog. Last downward dog of the class. Slowly come down to your knees, come down to your sits bone. And what we're going to do, we're going to come into a meditation pose. You can definitely come into any type of meditation pose you like. Ideally, we do Savasana, or we do this lotus, right? But today, what I would like to do is I'd like to do any pose that you like to do, you do. I'm going to do a pose that works for me for meditation. So you're invited to do your favorite pose. Just hold that pose and see if you can find the same type of relaxation that you'd find in like Savasana or in hero's meditation or lotus. So my pose, and you're welcome to try it if you like, I always find a lot of peace, is when I take my, we'll take my left leg, wrap it under, and my knee, my right knee kind of crosses over and my foot is here, right? The thing about it is I lift up and I feel like a little ballerina, I guess. When I bring my arm around, I just wrap it. There's no forcing, no tension. And I sit up straight. Now, in meditation, I don't like to really push my hand down, so I just kind of keep it like this. And this works for me. And I'm just going to breathe into any type of tension or feelings that I find that arise. I'm going to embrace these feelings. Allow my body to be fluid. And my thought pattern is now going to try to focus so that I can meditate. Side of my body. It's going to be a completely different feeling, right? But you're welcome to stay right in the pose that you're in. Continue to meditate and breathe. welcome to stay in your meditation pose for as long as you like.